Are we live? Hello everybody, welcome to the UK SS Dacham Better Racing League. We are in round 3 of season 3 here in Belgium. Alongside of me, as always, there is Bebo.
Hey Leox, and hello to all race fans tuning in. It's going to a classic European track here, and I can't wait to see what it has in store for us today.
An historical track indeed. We are in Belgium, the longest track on the calendar, as we face round 3, so we are almost at 1/3 of the championship already, since it's only a 10-race championship. What do you feel about qualifying?
Qualifying is going to be very interesting. Traffic shouldn't be an issue out there. I haven't seen a weather forecast yet, and of course weather is always changeable in the mountainous region of Spa-Francorchamps, so those could be elements to be concerned with, but I think most drivers will be able to get the best out of their car in one of 3 runs today.
A special mention at the start for today's qualifying, Nicolas Boita, NXQK and Dershak will retire very soon because they will not be allowed to participate in qualifying and start from the back, so we're not going to see a pole position from the Brazilian driver Nicolas Boita in the Mercedes. It's going to start from the back.
Yes, indeed, and that was it's very different reasons as to why each of those drivers have got that qualifying ban.
Right, everyone with different. Oh, Brabus is on the Ferrari, so at the end he's participating. So he was in the lobby. Brabus won last race, replacing Nicolas Boita, who was late, and today he's on a Ferrari. So he's replacing themes like Nico Hülkenberg in real F1.
Yes, rent a driver for Ferrari this week. But yes, very much the reserve driver. They should really race in reserve liveries, shouldn't they?
Right, exactly. It would be only his team, only the Brabus F1 team. It sounds nice.
It does.
So it's first man out on track. This is a really long outlap, almost 2 minutes, so you have really to consider making 2-3 push lap and not exceeding track limit, not doing something too crazy, because otherwise you're not gonna set a lap on the board.
That's right. Now, some drivers that have got quality balance to serve, they may take the option of running an installation lap to make sure their setup is okay. But NXQK has not done that, so he's turned up and he's as much a spectator as we are for this 16 remaining minutes of qualifying.
Exactly. So now the first of 3 drivers that must retire from qualifying is now gone. Is now spectating all the others waiting for this 15 minutes of qualifying to end. We're gonna set the grid. The first one on track is Brabus, taking a wide line to the last corner, preparing his lap, and now he starts it. Push mode for the Ferrari going into turn 1. As Nicolas Boita on the medium is gonna set that installation lap you were talking about, so you might as well have heard you.
Pretty sure his brother will be hearing us. He's usually here in the stream. But if you are just joining us, do say hello. Tell us who you're here supporting as we watch Brabus head into Les Camps corners. And there he is. William's here already, which is great to see.
Good evening.
William says good evening, and well, good morning to the Boitas over there in Brazil.
Yeah, and Brabus getting some traffic of his teammates, Arcus Ponte. Hopefully it won't affect him too much, and Arcus is gonna pull aside here. Maybe it's not. Okay, now I think it's a little bit too much in the way.
Yeah, I'm not sure Brabus is... Oh, that's really bad. I don't know if Hercus Monte is looking at his track map or in his mirrors, or he just doesn't really want to be shown up by his very, very quick teammate here.
At least he's giving the slipstream right now, so he might have gained a little bit of what he lost. Surely not enough. But let's see what the lap is going to be from Brabus. he set P2 last race and started for a bug in the lobby. Started P4 and then went on to win the race. As in my screen, Brabus didn't settle up. Did you on yours?
Me neither. No, he hasn't settled up on my screen, but he hadn't invalidated. I think we may just have a little glitch out there. But Pat has registered a time of 1:46.961.
Okay, so that provisional pole for Pat in the ass, and that's Warren with a 1:44.7, going almost over 2 seconds faster than the Haas. Warren looking in a really good form here with a 1:44.7. Where do you think we're gonna get? I think in the low 44, maybe in the high 43s.
43 would be a big ask, but Yoke has already got halfway there. 1:44.422 for Yoke, provisional pole. So I'm just watching his teammate right now, who has gone through the first sector and is in a flat-out long drag through Blanchimont towards the bus stop.
El Crane, yeah.
El Crane. Williams says a low 1:43 will be his bet for the session. So he does tend to know something we don't about his brother's performance.
Maybe.
But
yeah, 1:50.2 for El Crane. So there is a lot of room for improvement. So let's jump on board maybe with Truckster, who is on the second sector. Very tricky corner, downhill. You must not lock up. He's very cautious through here. He doesn't want to invalidate his lap. It's a big factor in qualifying, in this short qualifying. Arquismonte 1:43.9. That's the Ferrari going on provisional pole by half a second. As Brabus, his teammates, 2/10 faster, 1:43.7, which with one lap older tire.
Yes, he obviously didn't use his. He must have saved all of the ERS for his second push lap.
Yep.
Because that increase on his speed overall was remarkable. I don't think he could have done that on a second run.
Yep,
Truckster
probably.
towards the end of his lap, then taking a slightly narrow line into the bus stop. Leox.
Yeah, not a perfect one. Carrying not enough speed maybe, but is P6 at the moment. 1:44.8. Let's go with Simopez, who is just at the bus stop chicane. A better line from the Mercedes driver, who is gonna set a 1:42.9. I talked too soon. Wow.
Fantastic
Simopez.
from Simopez. Absolutely nailing that lap. I wonder if he'll be able to go any quicker. But of course, what he can do now is he can push really hard, harder than anybody else, because he's got that provisional pole by 0.8 of a second currently.
Yeah, that's crazy. He couldn't keep up the pace with Brabus last week, and now he's 8/10 clear of him.
Rils Taravillo, a 1:44.1.
That's good for
again,
second row.
a little bit away from his from the provisional pole still. So I think there will be faster times to come.
Yeah, surely.
Fox has gone out and come back in the pits again on his lap.
Maybe he had some problem. Maybe he broke his front wing. Could happen, but I didn't see a major yellow flag. Let's see, Lofty, the drivers coming in from Multi Paris. Lofty is another reserve driver racing for
the last
Alfa
driver
Romeo.
on a lap right now is Ruthless Pige.
Yeah. And the AlphaTauri. From my monitor, it said Pulper first sector, but I don't know how much is reliable.
Now, I got criticised, Leox, for pronouncing it AlphaTauri, because I was told that was the British way of pronouncing it, and it should be AlphaTauri. But you're the Italian here, and you're saying Tauri.
I'm following your lead, but
when it comes to matters of Italian language, you take the lead, Leox. Absolutely.
And then it's AlphaTauri. AlphaTauri.
Is that how you say Tauri in Italian?
If you want the fully Italian version, then it's AlphaTauri. But it's a little bit sad. It's better AlphaTauri.
Awesome.
It sounds
Okay.
better.
But yes, feel free. You take any European language over English to correct me. Absolutely. Rufus Page, unfortunately, he managed to invalidate that lap. I don't know if he's been able to reserve any ERS
Doesn't.
for the next one. No, he's on his way in. So it looks like we've got a little bit of a wait. Brabus is back out again, though, and
Exactly.
already attacking the next lap.
The Radion just got it on the straight, camel straight, and pushing to the end of first sector. Let's see what he got. It's a lap lap, sorry. I was sure it was... Pat, 5th place grid penalty, illegal blocking. I wonder what happened there.
Interesting, because Pat drives the Haas, and he has an Aston Martin just behind him. I presume that's Sicario. It is. And whether it was Sicario who he blocked or a different car, I can't be entirely sure. But yeah, not good for Pat. I haven't seen that penalty in a long time, Leox, but I think his teammate Manik might be about to set a lap, his first lap here.
Let's jump on board with him. Mannequin the Haas. Yeah, it was long also for me. I haven't seen him. And it's Manik goes P11, so just outside of the top 10. I will have a choice at the moment, but he surely is going to try to improve and get into the top 10. And maybe even better than that.
Max Pez is cheering on Leo, and I think that might be you. No relation to Simmer Pez, I'm assuming. And William tells us that a good slipstream will give you 2/10 in sector 1.
As
so
always,
some good teamwork we want to see.
Yeah, the engineer doing his work.
Absolutely.
His own work.
Looks like Brabus has managed to invalidate his next attempt. His lap times are not coming through reliably here, but he managed to invalidate just going through last source for the first time.
And this is also a good indicator for the race. If this guy are invalidating on qualifying, I know you were pushing, but we also need to look for the time, and there's only 6 minutes remaining. We might see a lot of penalty through here to 100% race.
Yeah, let's hope let's hope not everybody gets the same penalty, because it is really hard commentating over loads of penalties at different sizes.
As we saw in XQK last week in Austria.
Right.
Almost
Yes,
getting
indeed.
disqualified. As we're riding on with Barks, setting a
Barks. Okay.
116.2.
Watching with Simmer Pez, who's about to start his defence of pole position. But by all means, update us on Barks in the meantime.
William asking how Manik got a purple on sector 2. That's. I think it was a bag, but maybe we're gonna see Manik on pole as Barks goes P12 with a 145.1.
Real Star Velo has left the session.
Ooh, he might need.
So I wonder if he has, managed to get a disconnection.
Hopefully the invite in the group chat is still valid. I think so.
Sure, he'll speak up if not.
Yeah, exactly. Please, Rails is already writing in the Discord chat, so.
Shrugster has retired. Simmer Pez has invalidated going through the Jackie X corner, formerly known as No Name.
The No Name corner,
and
exactly.
Very large tyre marks on the exit of Pouant as well. Someone's obviously lost the car in a big way through there. Focus Monte is positive against his previous time. Oh no, he's now run over through sector 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yoke through OG Yoke to the No Name corner. Okay, Rails need an invite, please. Webo, can you invite him?
No problem.
Thank you. As Yoke is now fronting the second sector. And these very sweepy corners, almost losing the car, and this is gonna be the end of his lap. He's probably gonna recharge the battery and go for another attempt. As now, I think Simopeds is in the pit, so he's gonna have time to do another push lap. Just another one. Brabus is on his out lap. Maybe he's gonna be a little bit more cautious, or maybe he's gonna try everything, push whatever he can. to get that pole position. It could be okay with 2-3 Ferrari, even if Arcus is going to be the one in front, as Ural Sicario is sitting in P4, but has his lap invalidated. So not so much action at this very time in qualifying.
That's right, yeah, lots of drivers just pushing too hard on the exit of on a lap right now, just getting through Jackie X.
Ruthless P hasn't set a lap yet and he's still in the pit. Al Crane is on a medium, compound tires, and Pat maybe is on a lap. Getting the slipstream in sector 3 from Sicario is now lifting, so he's surely not on a lap. As there are yellow flags in every sector of the track, so quest completed. And both drivers are going into the pit.
Sadly, I'm getting no updates on Brabus' lap at all. I think he might be just running a charge lap here.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he was on his outlap, so he's starting right now his final temp. Let's jump on board with him with the Ferrari. I know he actually set a lap. It's a 1:43.2.
Yeah, but Simapez is massively faster than anybody else.
Exceptional.
Still, with one run left to go.
Yeah, Brabus has 94% of ERS, and he's just set a faster lap, so I think we don't see everything right on our screen.
Brabus has an issue with his delta at the moment. El Crin, the only driver to have successfully set a time on the medium tyre.
And it's not working out really nicely.
No.
Still in P15.
We have an invalidation from Brabus,
and that's
fortunately
probably the end of qualifying for him. I don't think he's going to have enough fuel to go for another push lap. So all eyes on Simapez. The Mercedes driver can improve his fantastic lap time of a 1:42.9. He's waving through the third sector, getting some temperature in his tires. Preparing his lap. And there he goes, the Mercedes, starting his push lap.
A little way off the apex of La Source, but sometimes that's a quicker way. You don't have to get right over the curb. Sometimes it's better to stay high, and dealing with Eau Rouge and Bradion very, very nicely. DRS is open, and they're now just waiting for that braking zone.
Really good line through sector 1. Is Alpha 10 up on his time. Very clean lap so far.
Amazing pace today from Simapez.
Yeah, it's looking very clean and sharp, the one we know. Braking really late for this corner through the no-name, carrying so much speed. It's looking good for the Mercedes driver. When that's an invalidation, so I took too soon.
Just wide. I feel like he just got a little bit too wide. Yeah. Needed to. His turn-in was maybe a little early, and just had to pull out of the corner because he was going to touch the curb you should never touch. And I think just making that small correction. William Boyter says Simapez is a future F1 esports champion.
Hopefully. I'll be glad.
We have Hercus Monte here on a lap at the moment. He's currently P3, showing very well, but a second away from the pole position. Such is Simapez. He must be a Spa specialist. Yeah.
Hercus is 2/10 up, so he needs to find Alpha second. And I'll tell you, Simapez said a 1:42.4 on that lap,
wow.
Invalidated lap.
So he was just doing it to finishing the lap just to show everybody what he had. Barks has invalidated, unfortunately, his next attempt, so no better than 12th for Barks.
As Ruthless P crossed the line, it goes P3. with a late banger, a
Wow.
143.6. It was lost all the session. Finally managed to get the rhythm going and getting the second row.
Brilliant stuff from Ruthless Peach. Row 2, and clean side of the grid to start the race.
Please
And
teach me how.
some may say P3
Yeah?
or P4, very good place to start this race, Leox.
Yeah, exactly. For the slipstream, we saw a lot of overtaking possibility going through this exact braking spot in the real F1 and also in online races. So it's going to be a very interesting start if everyone gets clean through turn 1. As now we're waiting for Brabus to finish his outlap, I guess.
Well, before the grid order comes up, I will just have a quick update for everyone on the current championship standings after 2 rounds. Real Star Velo leads. He's on 33 points. Nicholas Boita on 26. And then Dirt Shark on 25, very close behind. Also with Wumax on 24 is in 4th place, and Hercus Monte on 22. Then comes Ruthless Peach, Trugstup, Simopez Bucks, and Sicario. And in the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes lead by just 3 points from Red Bull. And then comes some 14 points further back, Ferrari, McLaren, and Alpine.
That's right. That's our championship standings at the moment. As well as we wait for Brabus AI to come back to the pit and then retire, why don't we get a look at the not weekly wing mirror? All aboard the Brabus, which is a very cool idea of Barks talking about the Brabus who won the race last week. And a really cool Mercedes bus. I wish I could show it to you. As
well,
a
you can
result,
actually, if you follow me on Twitter, you can find. I posted it up on Twitter just now. So if anyone wants to go to @WebboRed5, you can see the weekly wing mirror in all its glory.
thank you, Webbo. And then the Reals Deals, the Spanish bullfighter, takes first place in the league, as well as Webbo mentioned some moments ago. Now the Red Bull driver is on top of the charts. So Brabus cars just want to go around for some other laps. Hopefully he's gonna retire.
Same with Ruthless Peach, unfortunately.
It has showed me that he's at least as the checkered flag next to him. So
yeah, we've got some complaints last week was that Motti Peretz seemingly didn't start the race with everybody else, and there were a few incidents as a result, running into the back of the stranded Alfa Romeo driver. And it's good that following last week's problems with the different time for UK with the clocks changing, that everyone has got back on board with the correct race time, because that did cause some problems last week as well.
right, Nicholas? I know you're watching us. Yes.
William is suspecting that the lobby is glitched. I mean, there's been a problem with Brabus' car ever since we started picking up his sector times, but hopefully his lobby will resolve itself shortly.
Yep. Oh, and chat super in the chat. Go Leox, go Simo. So probably Italian fan.
Yeah.
Simo Pets is on pole for this race as we're winning Brabus to finally end this outlap, as the game call it. It's just getting some race pace vibes for the Ferrari.
Yeah, I can't believe the car's still got fuel on it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not shutting down.
I will be right back. One moment.
Yeah, surely. As Barks inform us that lobby is broken, sadly, so I think we're gonna quit the lobby and redo it with a custom grid. Yeah, I think we can sit here with Bebo and get some chats on. and hopefully the lobby is gonna be set in a matter of minutes, a couple of minutes. Now it's also showing Sebastian Vettel, the AI of Aston Martin, in the pit, which was actually not here before the end of qualifying. So a little bit of a mess from Codemaster, but we're quite used to it. Almost every race there is a problem with the lobby. Last week in Austria with a problem during the formation lap, which couldn't end, and we couldn't see who was the driver loading and slowing down everyone. So now we are waiting for qualifying to be captured. As now Warren has left the session, Simopez has left the session, and so I'm gonna wait for an invite, as now we can see the drivers on pole. It does show Brabus, even if he didn't really got that lap time. You can see he didn't. So it's quite strange to see on top, but at the end of the day it's a 1-2 for the Italians, one in a Ferrari, one in a Mercedes. I think Simopet's got pole because you can see Brabus lap times is not quite legit. There isn't really a 1:42.8 anywhere. But at the end of the day, the lobby is bagged, so Ruthless Pige in P3, Artismo in P4, and I'm not gonna get in time to read everyone, as now we are so just give me a couple of seconds. As the new session, as the new lobby has been created. Vabu?
Yes.
Okay, so the new invite is in the group chat, as the strangely, oddly enough, the graphics show Brabus on pole with a 1:42.8. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah. Whether that's genuine, and it just wasn't showing on our screens before. I don't think so.
Yeah, me either. I saw the race director, but it wasn't actually. He never said 1:42.8. So I think the legit time is Simopets on pole and Brabus starting alongside him.
Okay, trying to join the next session now.
It's actually a bit tough, so I'm gonna close my game just to